Third set of homework assignment, you've got switching between standard and general form. This first one is in standard form, or is in general form. We want to turn it into standard, so that's with our extra set of parentheses. The first thing I'm going to do is just do some rearranging of parts. I want to group my variables together, and I want to get the plain numbers to the other side. So in doing that, I can just rearrange, move the minus 2x over. I've got my y squared minus 6y, and I'm going to add my 71 to the other side. So all I've done in this step is I've grouped like variables together. My 2x's go together, my 2y's go together, and then I've moved my 71 over to the other side. Now that I have that, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the square twice. The number in front of my x is a -2, divide that by 2, I get a -1. Square that -1, and I get a +1. That means I need to add the 1 right there so that I have a perfect square. But let's look. Whatever I do to one side of my equation, I must do to the other side of my equation. So I put a +1 right there as well. I can then look to my y term, same thing. I've got a -6. -6 divided by 2 is a -3. -3 squared is 9. So I want to place a 9 right there in order to complete my square. Again, whatever I do to one side of my equation, I must do to the other. Now looking at these values, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor each part. And I specifically chose the number that is allowing me to factor nicely. Yes, you can come over here, you can make the box. Yes, you can make the diamond. Those strategies still work. But I'm hoping we recognize that we have perfect square trinomials. So x squared minus 2x plus 1 turns into x minus 1 squared. Y squared minus 6y plus 9 will turn into y minus 3 squared. I then add up these numbers over here. 71 plus a 1 plus a 9 gives me 81. So I'm just going to double check that this gets the correct answer to see if it's particular about formatting. So I'm typing this in real quick just to make sure. 81. Does it take it? Does it like it? 1 out of 1. And that is an acceptable answer. I'm going to jump down a little bit later into a future problem. And a future problem asks me to take the following: x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 10y minus 66 equals 0. And we want to turn it into standard form, which is what I just did. That's not the one I want. Are these all standard form? Standard, general, there we go. I'm going to not do that particular problem. I'm going to jump to x minus 3 squared plus y plus 7 squared is equal to 81. And we want to turn this into general form. So in order to turn this into general form, I need to multiply things out. Again, you may make the boxes in order to multiply things out. You may also already recognize the shortcut, to which I have the following. I have x squared minus 6x plus 9. I also have y squared plus 14x plus 49 is equal to 81. Technically, for general form, two things need to happen. I need to combine like terms, and I'm going to group all my numbers onto this one spot. So I'm going to combine the 9 and the 49. I'm also going to subtract the 81 to the other side. So doing that, I have x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 14y. That should have been a y right there, my bad. And then let's see if I can do this in my head. 9 and 49 is 58. 81 take away 58 is 23. I'm going to go with 23. I'm going to hope I'm right. Let's find out and see how we're doing. X squared minus 6x plus, that's not right, minus 6x plus y squared plus 14y minus 23 equals 0. Don't forget that little part, because if you don't have the equals 0, you are not correct. and I gotta move that over, equals 0. Does it like it? 1 out of 1, and that is an acceptable answer.